What's going on, everybody? Just thought I'd give you guys an update on what I've gotten in basically the last week and a half. I've been making deals and getting a lot of stuff. So I guess we'll just start from this side. I got these 3 fixed blade knives for basically $17. They all have a sheath and they all have some kind of a design on them. Are they the best quality? Probably not, but I mean, it's 3 fixed blades for $17. It's a little dark out here on the patio. I don't know if this is really going to show up too good for you, but 2 of them are, I guess, what I would call EDC size for a fixed blade. I don't know, I guess we'll see how they do. So that's those. Now, I'm in a couple Facebook groups, and I've been really enjoying these older USA made Remingtons lately. And so one guy, I got all of these off of. So starting off, we've got a Camillus Half Congress, which I've never owned one. So I look forward to checking that out. This is a Buck 703 Stockman, and I don't think it's ever cut anything. Unfortunately, it didn't have the box, but it looks like it's in brand new condition. Never really carried, never really cut. We'll go with the non-Remingtons first. A Uncle Henry Schrade, New York Stockman. So she's an older piece, but it's brand new in the box. I love collecting Schrade Uncle Henry old timer because I am from New York, and that's, you know, one of the biggest companies. Obviously Camillus, and there's others, but I also got this old timer, which came with the original box, the original paperwork, and it is a brand new in the box old timer improved muskrat. So now I can take, well, actually I've decided that my old USA muskrat, also an old timer, is now going to be in my EDC rotation because I have a brand new one in the box for my collection. So I carry this tonight. I'll just put this away in case the wind picks up. Picked up a Winchester. It says W15 2880.5. Knife licensed and approved by Winchester. I believe this was made by GEC. Either way, it is a pretty quality piece. The box isn't in the greatest shape, as you can see. but it is a Moose, a Winchester Moose in the original box. Again, this doesn't look like it's ever been carried or it's ever really cut anything. It's got the year 1988 on it. It doesn't give the actual maker's mark. It just says Winchester trademark, made in USA. But it is a beautiful piece. I'm going to get more into these Winchester knives, I believe, in the next few months. So we're still on the same seller. Now, I suppose we can get into the Remington knives that I got from him. So I have 3 more Remington knives, 4 more in my collection. So I guess we'll start off right here. These all have the paperwork in the box. The warranty card is in every single one. And with these yearly models, they always give you a little rundown of the materials, the story behind it. And so everything is new in box with all the papers, never been used, never cut, never carried, which is just ridiculous to me. Now this is the R1273, which was 1995. I believe it's called the Master Guide. That is a big knife. I mean, that's a big knife. Beautiful knife. You know, threaded bolsters, jig Derlin handles. This gigantic blade is just beautiful. I don't know if you would really call this a banana trapper or what, but it is part of the bullet knife series, and I want to try to get all of the bullet knives. So that's that. This one is the R2 waterfowl. Which is basically a Stockman. You got your large clip point blade. You have a serrated sheep's foot blade. You have a punch, actually made for removing the pins in the receiver of your shotgun in the field. And you have a choke tube wrench for 12 and 20 gauge. As a hunter and a sporting clays competitive shooter, I can tell you it's real nice to have one of these around. Make sure your choke is tight. If you gotta, you know, change your choke out, you've got this right in your pocket already. Which is why I bought this one that he also had. This is going to be my small game, going to the shooting range knife. It's the same knife, it's just with wooden handles. And I don't really see myself beating this up too much, taking it to the range. But that is an invaluable tool when you are standing on the shooting line or you're out in the field. So I bought the one with the wood handles because I'm going to actually use it. Alright, so that's the R2. let's see. This is, I believe it says R8. I'll check the blade. But this is just a Stockman. Again, with the serrated sheep's foot. Yeah, R8. And these are all brand new, unused, never cut, never carried. I was pretty blown away. I love Stockmans. Happy Saturday Stockman Stampede, Terry. I really didn't say no to whatever he had. This is the R5. It's called the Gentleman. Just a single blade lockback. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Beautiful little knife. And then he showed me that he had basically the same thing, which is the R11 Handyman. It's a double lockback. Has the same blade as the Gentleman, but also has a locking serrated blade. I had to have it. So I have a fair amount of Remingtons from one person, and I thank him very much for that. Oh, moving on. Those are from that guy. I bought this Colt Whittler just because I have a Colt Doctor's knife in the same bone family, and you know, I like whittlers. So nothing crazy, nothing special. It is a China-made knife, but you know, it's just something nice to keep in the collection. Let's see. All right, so big shout out to my buddy Noah at Clark Knives. He always hits me up when he's got a deal, and we have another one in the works. I didn't bring out the sheaths. Well, he made a sheath and a slip that he sent me as well. I wish I brought them out. Darn. But huge shout out to Noah. He sent me this 6332 Case Stockman. I believe this is my only 32 pattern that I own. A lot of my Case medium Stockmans, they have that California clip blade, and I mean, not that I've ever had an issue, but they just don't have the amount of blade height, I guess you'll say, as that. Also, my first ever Case canoe in that olive green Jig Delrin. I like canoes. They're pretty cool. Definitely different. And I've carried this one a couple times already, gotten some compliments on it. And I like it. It's pretty nifty. I love a spear point blade. What else? This Shepherd Hills Cutlery exclusive jigged green handle mini copper lock. That also came from Noah. And I love the copper lock, especially for a hunting knife. Then you had these two Rough Riders. This one is just a big old sheep's foot work knife, jigged red bone handles, but it's a bolster lock, and I don't think I've ever owned a bolster lock before. And that's pretty nifty. And even though it's got a bolster lock, it still has half stops, which I like. And this, I believe it was the Heavy Forge Rough Rider Trapper. I don't know if it'll pick up that texture, but it's got this kind of rough hammered kind of texture on the tops of the blades. It's pretty cool. I'm always down for a trapper, and Rough Rider's always been pretty good to me. I really don't have many complaints about Rough Rider at all, which my next two, well, no, there's a Rough Rider in each one. So those were all from Noah at Clark Knives. Appreciate you, brother, and I love the slips that you sent. I got these two together, which it was 3. I already sold one. One was a Civivi Wharncliffe front flipper, but it was purple. My buddy's favorite color is purple, and he already snatched that up. This is a Civivi. It's got kind of a natural canvas micarta on it. I'm going to take the pocket clip off because I don't really get along well with pocket clips, but it's just a nice little front flipper. And the thing I love, there's no frame lock, there's no lock on the back, there's no lock at all, and I love that. And also a Rough Rider, the Rough Rider Apta, which is a modern slip joint. I mean, this thing makes some noise. It locks right in, great size, and I'm pretty happy with it. I've tried it out a couple times, and it's a pretty darn nice knife. I like it. All right. I finally picked up a Rough Rider Reserve. What's the model number? 017. The Barlow. Brand new in the tube. Never cut, never carried. And I was thinking about carrying it until I found this. This is a Rough Rider Reserve, model 17, that somebody put stag handles on, and they've already deemed it to be a user, and so that's the one that I'm going to be using, and this one can stay brand new in a tube. My last group here, so there's only one Queen City saw cut knife that I have left to complete my collection, and that's the single blade Wharncliffe. I have the Stockman and I have the Peanut. So I picked up the Barlow, the Trapper, the Canoe, and that should complete my set once I get that single blade Wharncliffe. And from the same seller, I got this high carbon Rough Rider bow trapper that I look forward to using. Oh, and I picked myself up a new hat from one of my favorite knife makers. I appreciate you coming in. Please comment, like, subscribe, help me out. I'm just a guy out here playing with knives.